Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. We're on episode 7 of Bungo Stray Dogs, and I don't have anything to research yet. I might do in the next episode the Thou Shalt Not Die. I might do that one next episode, or if we don't get any new characters here. I thought about doing that one, and I was like, nah, we'll just dive into this episode here, because last episode we didn't get any really new characters, but we talked about Kunikida, and I love Kunikida. Maybe I love him not only... I've noticed that the voice actor for Kunikida and the voice actor for Dazai, they also play Rin and Sosuke in Free. And Kunikida's voice actor is also Arthur from Banana Fish. He's also Asahi from Haikyuu. He plays a lot of characters I like and have enjoyed as characters in shows. But I really, really like Kunikida because he has this cool concept about ideals with him, and everything's kind of mapped out for him, and how he thinks that reality is going to play out. And I like that in the last episode, we kind of got a little bit of that thrown back at him in the form of this woman that he rescues from the Port Mafia and the Azure Messenger, who seems to be this like serial killer that has put a bomb in the city, and now him and Dazai and Atsushi have to try to disable the bomb. And there's just all these like chaotic elements in play, and Kunikida is kind of like a character that chaos and him are not gonna mix. Like, he wants everything to be like ideal and set in stone and mapped out properly. But the episode is called Love for the Disease Called Ideals, and it's like, yeah, if you're gonna throw something in the wrench of like an idealistic plan, it would be emotions. And I'm like, I just want Kunikida and this woman to get together. I'm like, dude, she clearly she's a lecturer and you were a former math teacher. Come on, you guys have lots in common and you don't even realize it. But I love when Dazai and Atsushi, like in episode 5 when they were together on a mission, I loved that. And so I like the fact that Dazai and Atsushi are going to be joining Kunikida on this mission as well, because I think the three of them, their chemistry and their dynamic as characters is all very, very interesting. And so, yeah, man, and then the Octagawa shows up and fought Kunikida for like a hot second, and that was so cool. I wanted so much more of that, but I like how the show's like, we're going to tease you, and then we're going to come back and give you some more, and it's like, So I'm very curious to know what happens this episode. It seems like it's just a part 2 from the last one, and we're halfway through the first season now, so I don't know, guys. I'm really liking this show. It's been a lot of fun, but I'm so curious to know the Azure Messenger. We've not really seen the Azure Messenger yet, so I'm curious how that's going to go down. Okay? So, in any case, thank you all so much for watching this review. I really appreciate it. Please feel free to comment down below. Please, no spoilers, but we are going to start episode 7 of Bungo Stray Dogs here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. We're getting this. We're getting this. We're getting this. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. So, like I said in the ED, this show has a habit of it's going a certain way and you think you know what's going to happen, and then in the last damn 5 minutes of the show, it just totally does a 180 and you're like, wow. I felt so bad for Kunikida this episode because I felt so bad for him because the idea of living his life by his ideals, and I really thought him and that woman would have like a thing. I was like, Kunikida, go after her. Like when they were in the cemetery together, I was like, go after her. Don't let her walk away. But he did. And Dazai, And I wonder now, thinking back, if Dazai letting her stay at his house, if the whole reason behind that was because he was suspicious. And so, because it all makes sense now, right? It makes sense. She set that whole thing up to gain the agency's trust. Like, when you think about it, it didn't make sense that the Azure Messenger would just have her floating in a fish tank, like, about to drown, like, where the other guys were in the gas chamber. Like, in hindsight, it's like, oh, well, that didn't make sense. Why did they do that? And it's because she set the whole thing up. And they rescued her first. And it caused those guys... And the fact that they rescued her first caused those guys to die, like, on Kunikida's watch. Like, that just adds another layer to it. And then Kunikida saying that he doesn't cry over victims anymore when they die, because the first time someone died on his watch, he like cried and couldn't go to work. Like, that's so sad. But oh my god. Yeah, I didn't see that coming with her being... It makes sense that she was the wife of the Azure Messenger. She said her husband died, and he actually did die in the bomb. And she's just been, like, trying to finish what he started. And the one boy, the hacker, he just wanted to go down there and see who it was because he knew that guy had killed his dad. And he was, like, a son figure to Kunikida. And then he dies, too. Oh, God. Kunikida's, like, lost, like, so many people in these last 2 episodes. I feel so bad for him. And, oh man, love to cure a disease called ideals. Man. I'm glad I said that I'll research Thou Shalt Not Die next episode, because the preview shows that she's going to be involved in the episode. How perfect. I'm glad I'm going to wait till next episode to do that. That seems like it fits, right? But, oh my gosh, you guys. I love that they set up the beginning of this episode with the fact that Dazai and Kunikida, their personalities are so very different, and their ideologies are so very different. But they do work together great as a pair. It's like it's like the buddy cop, because when they're facing the guy with the palm thing and then the man in the big giant hulky guy, they instantly knew what to do, and they could be so in sync working together. Like, that was really, really cool. But oh man, Dazai at the end. He's a very jaded character, because he had that moment where he was telling Kunikida, he's like, justice is a weapon. I love that. He's like, justice is a weapon. It can harm, and it can solve conflicts, but it's not going to save anybody. It's not there to protect or save. It's there to be used as a weapon. And he's like, if you keep doing this thing with the ideals like you've been doing, you're going to end up like the Azure King, and you're just going to burn. You're just going to burn out. And Kunikida's like, no, I'm not going to burn out. I'm going to stick to my ideals, and it's all going to work out in the end. And Dazai's like, okay, if you say so. But yeah, I love that Dazai did big brain and figuring out the camera movements and seeing her in the reflection of the video. And I like the fact that we established that Rampo is out solving mysteries all the time. So when Rampo's not in an episode, it is explained why, because they were like, Rampo's like, I'm in Kyushu solving mysteries, and why do you guys need me? It's like, so I like the fact that that's giving us the audience justification of, well, if Rampo can solve all these problems, why doesn't he solve everything? Well, because there's lots of mysteries and lots of crimes, and he can only do it one at a time. I like the fact that that's a trait with Rampo, that he does one mystery at a time. He's like, don't bother me till I've solved this one case. And so that's a nice thing for the audience to kind of know that, okay, well, this is plot-wise why we're not just instantly solving every case, right? Oh, man, you guys. Oh, that was so good. The animation was really good. Like, the part where they were up in the little room where the key was, and the red tones and everything. Like, this studio, Bones, when you want to do animation, you do it very well. And the aesthetic in this episode, like the tones and everything, was so good. But man, I can't believe that Sasaki was the guy. Kunikida can't catch a break. Because at first I was like, oh, you're going to go against your ideal book, and you're going to meet the girl of your dreams, 4 years too early. But nope. Doesn't look like it. That's just... Interesting indeed, y'all. Oh man, this episode was so good. And the preview, it looks like we're gonna get to see the Thou Shalt Not Kill, how that ability works. So I'm super curious. Oh my thing still. Super curious, and that'll be fun to research. I'll research that before episode 8. But man, so I like also the idea that there are other agencies besides just the Port Mafia that are trying to cause trouble. I like the idea that it's not just the Port Mafia causing damage. It's not just them. There's other bad guys too, and I like that we're establishing that. It looks like the one girl that Octagawa cornered is loose. They've let her out of her prison, and it looks like she's maybe going to fight Dazai. I don't know. But guys, this episode was really, really good. Again, taking it in directions I didn't expect. And I like that poor Atsushi, our resident cinnamon roll, our resident were-tiger cinnamon roll, is just stuck watching and being along with the ride. But I like the fact that in this episode he gets the notion of teamwork, and he's like, okay, you guys don't have to get along to work well in a team. And I like that Atsushi's kind of our audience equivalent for that. But I'm curious to know what you all thought of this episode. I feel like there's a lot of things we can talk about in the comments. But Kunikida, he's growing to be one of my favorites in this show. And these last 2 episodes, is just good. So good stuff. So I hope you all enjoyed this reaction. Please feel free to comment down below. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe. But yes, I'll be back next time with episode 8 of Bungo Stray Dogs. I'm excited for it. See you all then. Bye.